Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Final Fantasy X walkthrough. We are in the Xanarkin Dome, I should say Cloister of Trials is probably a little bit closer to where we're actually at here. Anyways, we've got oh boy, no, I'm not going to remember the name of this boss. Anyways, very interesting boss fight, and I suppose we will have that name for you very soon. Anyways, again, really interesting fight. I guess the idea here is to not to kill yourself. I guess is the big goal. And you'll see why. I think it took me a little while to get into the groove again of this fight. It's a little different. When all three of your characters are bunched up like this, you really don't want to attack him, because every time he counterattacks, he does kind of like a frontal cleave, I guess I'd say. And, you know, obviously to reduce the amount of damage, you're going to want to either not be in his face at all, which is actually ideal. Or at the very least, like right here, it's only Titus taking damage. But obviously, if I would have left Orin and Waka in the spots that they were at, everybody would have been hit. Now, the kind of neat thing about this, though, is you can... yeah, so there Titus eats it. Again, and the reason why is, I mean, in all honesty, he's really still not in a very good spot. And here's probably the worst part about this fight is he uses Berserk Tail, which obviously makes your characters berserk. And then the dangerous part about that is obviously they will just continually attack, and thus you know, they could kind of get your other characters killed off essentially, depending on, you know, where everybody is standing at. So yeah, so it can be quite dangerous, and again, you can end up killing either yourself or others, you know, due to that berserk. Haste goes a long way. I will say that right now. I mean, that's pretty common for really every fight, but with this one especially, because I think his frontal cleave might get rid of, or might kind of dispel. have a dispelling effect. It kind of looks like, oh, actually, I'm not 100% sure on that though. So I thought maybe it did because Titus had his haste fall off, but it didn't fall off. He died. So I may have misspoke there. It may not necessarily be his attack that's removing the haste. So maybe we'll see here. Like I said, once I kind of get into the groove of this fight again, it will it'll go a lot more smoothly. But the idea actually is really just to get everybody hasted up. I don't know that you really need to go wild with your other buffs. To be honest, it's kind of a waste. You know, if you do it right, you really don't take that much damage. You know, yeah, every once in a while when the boss gets a turn, he'll use Berserk Tail. But another kind of obviously nice thing to have would be any kind of equipment that's got immunity to Berserk. Now, I don't believe any of my characters did. I could be wrong on that. Maybe somebody's got one equipped, but I don't remember right off the top of my head. Otherwise, you're going to want to, you know, remove that Berserk status right away with remedies, or, you know, if Yuna happens to not be berserked, you know, you can use Asuna. Anyways, I guess the other thing with this is obviously with the trigger commands, you can move to any position here that you want. And the great thing about that too is that it doesn't actually take up, you know, any, I guess, time, if that makes sense. So you can, you know, move and then act, I think anyways, or did it? Actually, no, that doesn't seem to be the case. It seems like I moved and then I kind of lost my turn. So maybe it actually does kind of take... It probably takes up your turn moving, actually, now that I... Yeah. I don't know. Anyways. Alright, looks like he's immune to armor break, which, whatever. But here you'll see, now, every time that I'm attacking him, he's trying to counterattack, but since there's nobody there, it doesn't matter. And then here I just got super unlucky. A mine ended up underneath Lulu, and it just blew up right away. So she didn't even get a turn to move. But that's the other interesting aspect to this fight is randomly he'll throw out mines, or he'll throw at mines and target random circles, and the idea is you move away from the circles to obviously to avoid the mine damage. But for whatever reason, again, he put one right underneath Lulu and it just blew up right away. So unfortunately she just got destroyed right away. This may be one of the battles I would almost recommend not necessarily swapping your characters in and out of. Reason being, and maybe this is more because at this point in the game I typically have you know, like Orin, Waka, and Titus extremely leveled. They do really good damage, and you know, the other characters tend to start falling behind, and you know, are less useful. Anyways, long story short here, you know, this battle is really about you know, keeping yourself hasted and you know, movement. And if you know, are bringing in your characters that do not have haste on them, well, there's, you know, a chance that they'll end up getting, you know, killed off. So and quite quickly, and that can just really slow the fight down. So I mean, in all honesty, you can if you want to. It's just, it seems like it can kind of be counterproductive. And in all honesty, you can get, you know, it's not like this thing has got so much AP that, you know, you're gonna never get this kind of AP again. That's just not the case. So again, I guess I would say stick to your top, probably damage dealers, and you know, I guess just go from there. It helps to have your character, or it helps to bring in characters that have a ton of health as well. Really, anytime somebody dies, it ends up being a huge waste of time. Just the way that this game calculates turn order, and you know, and when you end up dying, it, gosh, you know, I guess just not only the whole turn disadvantage, but then on top of that, you lose haste, you lose, you know, any type of buffs that you had on. So again, I guess just keep your beefy characters in, and I guess just do it right. So it sounds like the lamest advice ever. But yeah, I mean, get your characters moving to the right spots, go to town on him, and then, you know, once he berserk tails again, or, you know, uses his stupid landmines there, you know, you'll just have to adjust accordingly. The other kind of crappy thing about those landmines too is oftentimes you'll have to move away from the safe circles from these counterattacks and move into, you know, an area where, you know, there's potential to take this counterattack to the face. And if that's the case, you know, you'll have to judge for yourself. It may just be worth it to not attack until these glyphs blow up, and then you can move back. But there you go. So we had to move out of the way, but now Titus is in danger of, you know, taking counterattack damage. But here we're now able to move right back to where we were. And yeah, it does look like that takes up time. So you don't just get to move for free, and that's unfortunate. But oh well, that's okay. Anyways, that's that. So not too bad, especially once you get the mechanics, I suppose, of the fight down. Then it becomes quite a bit more easy. Again, unfortunately, there I got really unlucky with that mine blowing up immediately underneath Lulu. That was unfortunate, but
Yuna, we're here.
The Hall of the Final Summoning.
Go.
Yes.
no final Aeon.
Sir Orin! Everyone!
Alright, so what do we get there? Level 4 key sphere? Which is, unfortunately, I didn't overkill the boss there, so I didn't get 2. So that would have been, actually, it would have been kind of nice if I would have maybe killed him off with an Aeon's Overdrive.
This isn't a faith. It's just an empty statue.
That statue lost its power as a faith long ago. It is Lord Zeon, the first faith of the final summoning. What you see before you is all that remains of him. Lord Zeon is... his soul is gone.
Gone?
You mean there is no final Aeon?
But fear not. Lady Yunalesca will show you the path. The final Aeon will be yours. The Summoner and the final Aeon will join powers. Go to her now. Inside, the lady awaits.
Yuna, wait! Orin, you knew this was gonna happen, didn't you?
Yes.
Why didn't you tell us?
If I had told you the truth, would that really have stopped you from coming?
Yuna.
I'm not going back.
Kimahri knows. Kimahri goes first. Yuna is safe. Kimahri protect.
Someone's coming!
Lady Yunalesca.
Welcome to Zanarkand. I congratulate you, Summoner. You have completed your pilgrimage. I will now bestow you with that which you seek. The final summoning will be yours. Now, choose. You must choose the one whom I will change to become the faith of the final summoning. There must be a bond between Chosen and Summoner, for that is what the final summoning embodies. The bond between husband and wife, mother and child, or between friends. If that bond is strong enough, its light will conquer sin. 1,000 years ago, I chose my husband Zeon as my faith. Our bond was true, and I obtained the final Aeon. There is nothing to fear. You will soon be freed of worry and pain. For once you call forth the final Aeon, your life will end. Death is the ultimate and final liberation. Your father, Braska, chose this path.
It is not too late. Let us turn back.
If I turn back, who will defeat Sin? Would you have some other summoner and his guardians go through this?
But... my lord, there must be another way.
This is the only way we got now. Fine. Make me the faith. I've been doing some thinking. My dream is back in the other Zanarkand. I wanted to make that runt into a star blitz player. Show him the view from the top, you know. But now I know there's no way home for me. I'm never gonna see him again. My dream's never gonna come true. So make me the faith. I'll fight sin with you, Braska. Then maybe my life will have meaning, you know?
Don't do this, Jecht. If you live, there may be another way. We'll think of something, I know.
Believe me, I thought this through. Besides, I ain't getting any younger, so I might as well make myself useful.
Jecht?
What? You're not gonna try to stop me too?
Sorry. I mean, thank you.
Braska still has to fight sin, Orin. Guard him well. Make sure he gets there. Well, let's go.
Lord Braska, Jecht.
What do you want now?
Sin always comes back. It comes back after the calm, every time. The cycle will continue and your deaths will mean nothing.
But there's always a chance it won't come back this time. It's worth trying.
I understand what you're saying, Orin. I'll find a way to break the cycle.
You have a plan?
Jecht?
Trust me, I'll think of something.
And the cycle went on.
We'll break it.
But how? What, you got a plan now?
If one of us has to become a faith, I volunteer.
Me too, Yuna.
That still won't change anything, you know? You'd bring the calm, and then what? That won't break the cycle.
Listen, you want to defeat Sin and keep Yuna alive. You don't want Sin to come back, yeah? That is just not gonna happen, brother, you know?
If you want everything, you'll end up with nothing.
But I want everything.
Now you're being childish.
I give up. So what would an adult do then? They know they can just throw away a summoner, then they can do whatever they like. You're right. I might not even have a chance. But no way am I gonna just stand here and let Yuna go. And what Orin said about there being a way, I think it's true.
You'll think of something?
Yes, I'll go ask Yunalesca. She's got to know something.
You really think she'll help you?
I don't know, but I have to try. This is my story. It'll go the way I want it, or I'll end it here.
Wait. You say it's your story, but it's my story too, you know? It would be so easy to let my fate just carry me away, following this same path my whole life through. But I know I can't. What I do with no regrets.
Alright, at this point, I would definitely recommend saving your game. We've got a very difficult boss fight, or maybe I should say series of boss fights coming up. I guess technically it is the same one. It's just ends up being a couple of different stages. But anyways, there's some interesting mechanics to this too. So it's not just, you know, your typical tank and spank. You got to really kind of know what's going on. So again, definitely recommend coming back in here and saving your game before you continue on. There's nothing like getting a game over and having to, you know, watch all the dialogue again. That is no fun.
Have you chosen the one to become your faith? Who will it be?
Might I ask something first? Will Sin come back even should I use the final summoning to defeat it?
Sin is eternal. Every Aeon that defeats it becomes Sin in its place. And thus is Sin reborn.
So that's why Jack became Sin.
Sin is an inevitable part of Spira's destiny. It is never-ending.
Never ending? But if we atone for our crimes, Sin will stop coming back, yeah? Someday it'll be gone, yeah?
Will humanity ever attain such purity?
Ugh.
This cannot be! The teachings state that we can exercise sin with complete atonement! It's been our only hope all these years!
Hope is comforting. It allows us to accept fate, however tragic it might be.
No! Where is the sense in all this? Braska believed in Yevon's teachings and died for them. Jack believed in Braska and gave his life for him.
They chose to die because they had hope. Yevon's teachings and the final summoning give the people of Spira hope. Without hope, they would drown in their sorrow. Now choose. Who will be your faith? Who will be the one to renew Spira's hope?
No one. I would have gladly died. I live for the people of Spira, and would have gladly died for them, but no more. The final summoning is a false tradition that should be thrown away.
No, it is our only hope. Your father sacrificed himself to give that hope to the people, so they would forget sorrow.
Wrong, my father. My father wanted to make Spiro's sorrow go away, not just cover it up with lies.
Sorrow cannot be abolished. It is meaningless to try.
My father, I loved him. So I will live with my sorrow. I will live my own life. I will defeat sorrow in his place. I will stand my ground and be strong. I don't know when it will be, but someday I will conquer it. And I will do it without false hope.
Poor creature. You would throw away hope. Well, I will free you before you can drown in your sorrow. It is better for you to die in hope than to live in despair. Let me be your liberator.
Now! This is it! Now is the time to choose. Die and be free of pain, or live and fight your sorrow. Now is the time to shape your stories. Your fate is in your hands.
Yuna needs Kimahri. Kimahri protect Yuna.
Well, I'm fighting.
I can't believe we're gonna fight Lady Yunalesca. Give me a break.
You can always run.
Ah. I'd never forgive myself. No way. Not if I ran away now. Even in death, yeah?
My thoughts exactly.
Yuna! This is our story. Now let's see this thing through together.
Alright, let's get it on. Alright, so Unalesca here's got, I think it's 3 different forms, or stages, maybe is more accurate. First one's not too difficult. She does some really annoying stuff, though. Blind, namely. And, I guess I don't remember how I dealt with that. I mean, number one, you're gonna want to not use really weak characters. You're gonna want to do as much damage as you can with each of those, you know, attacks. So let's see here. Yeah, her regular, just like straight up attack is really weak. It did like 200 damage there to Riku. So that is definitely not something that you need to worry about. Although I guess I'm gonna cast Protect anyway. Yeah, why not? I guess Yuna needs something to do, right? Overdrive's, you know, always good, but I would suggest using them a little bit later. Wow, a miss? What? Okay, that's weird. Whoa, okay, so that was not cool. Oh, it hit really hard. And also healed her, so that's a bit... That's not a move that we're going to want to use a whole lot of. So yeah, I don't know. For the first stage, I don't know if I would say, you know, hit her with your heavy stuff. I would stick to anything that's well, decent damage, but not like I guess it wouldn't blow overdrives right here yet. Second and third phase are much more difficult, so save your heavy hitting stuff for that phase, I would say. I'm really curious how I decide to deal with the blinds, though, because Titus, Orin, and Waka are definitely my biggest damage. Okay, really? Okay, I guess I'm gonna go with remedies. Aurochs reels. So I don't know if I misclicked there or if I just kind of didn't care, but attack reels is by far Waka's best damaging move. And it's kind of ironic that I said, hey, don't use overdrives right now, and then I totally used probably the best overdrive in the game. Well, I should say the best character's overdrive? Yeah, because Aurochs reels is not, I would not say is the best overdrive in the game. I think his attack reels are, statistically speaking. I think, again, if I remember right, it's got the highest actual amount of possible attacks in the game. It's something crazy. I don't remember how many hits it ends up being. Probably like 12 or something like that. And I think Titus is a close second. But all right, here we go. So here's the second phase, and this one is a little bit more difficult. So Hellbiter, I believe this casts or puts the zombie condition on your characters, and this can be a bit of an issue. Number one, if you try healing yourself, that's going to cause issues, obviously. So I think you can still use items, though. I think you can use items to heal yourself, but not spells. I think that's the case anyway. I don't really remember. But the one important thing that you have to remember is that on her phase change from phase 2 to phase 3, she's going to use another ability. I think it's like Mega Death or something like that. It's got some crazy name, and Mega Death will kill you unless you are under the zombie status. So you don't want to get rid of everybody zombie, which is exactly what I'm doing right here. So this is another example of the do as I say, not as I do. Anyways, if you're not a zombie when Megadeth hits you, it will just kill you. I don't remember though if you've got protection from death abilities. I don't remember if that will help you out from Megadeath or not. It should, as it is a death spell. So, but again, you know, if you don't have protection from death, then make sure your characters are at least one of them are zombies. And it does look like she keeps using Hellbiter over and over, so it may not even be that great of an idea to heal yourselves from that anyway. And I mean, in all honesty, look at this. This doesn't do that much damage, so it's not like you really have to worry about healing yourself a bunch afterwards. So I don't know. I would say don't worry about it too much. I think actually what I was doing here though was I was using Remedy because I thought she was putting blind on my characters, and she's not. I thought, you know, Hellbiter, it looks like it looks like they're blinded right now, right? Because there's kind of like that black smoke around their face, but that's just zombie, so you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, see, this is just a complete waste to keep using remedies to get rid of that. And again, I am in no danger of dying because I'm not able to heal myself. That would be the real worry, is if your characters are getting too low and you need to heal yourself, you know, then you know, it might not be a bad idea to get rid of it. But here, I don't know if I was just rusty. I don't know what the deal was. Apparently, Isuna doesn't get rid of zombie though. That's interesting. Looks like I'm betting Remedy as well as, I think it's Holy Water will get rid of it as well. But anyways, yeah, let's get this moving here. It looks like I'm gonna leave Yuna in as opposed to Orin. I'm not really sure why. I don't feel like I really needed the healing. Anyways, all right. So here's the. Yeah. Oh Jesus. Ooh, ah. Hello there, pretty lady. This is the transition from phase 2 to phase 3, and here is Megadeath. So like I said, right when the transition change happens, she casts Megadeath here, and anybody again that is not you know, under the zombie effect will get killed. Again though, I'm not sure if you've got you know, protection on your gear. I'm not sure if that will protect against it or not. I kind of feel like it should, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Alright, so there's Hellbiter again. I don't know, it looks like I'm getting a little low, and yep, okay, so unfortunately, under the zombie status, you can't use items to heal yourself either, so that is a little bit of an issue. I think I'm trying to decide on how I want to handle that. Because I'm just gonna not handle it, not do anything about it. I guess, yeah, this will kill him. Womp womp. So that is the danger of having an item with, or sorry, a piece of armor that's got the auto potion ability on it for this fight. I really should have, you know, taken that off and just equipped something else for the time being, but I didn't. Nice, thanks for the cure. So that's the other danger, you know, if your characters are under the zombie status, there's a good chance that she's gonna try to cure them, which normally would probably one-shot them. But in this case, I brought Orin in, and she just happened to target him instead of like Waka. You know, that would have definitely killed Waka if that would have landed on him. But now the other thing that I don't remember is if she will cast Megadeath again, or if she only does it the one time on the phase change. And if that's the case, if she only does it for the phase change, then you're okay with you know, removing your zombie status, and you wouldn't have to, you know, then you wouldn't have to worry about that. But All right, so there's Mind Blast. That's a bit of an issue as well. So that looks like it confused Titus here. I'm not sure what else that does, but obviously Confuse is one of the most dangerous status effects in the game. But yeah, I'm really curious here if she's going to use Mega Death anymore. Again, though, if she doesn't, you know, you'd be completely sad. Oh, there you go. So, there's the disadvantage. That's the crummy part about being a zombie. I'm not sure. It'd probably be really counterproductive, but I guess you could cast Reflect on your characters, but that would just bounce the spells back at her and cure her. So, again, I don't know. I don't. Unless she's a zombie too. I don't know. But I don't think so. But yeah, I guess I wouldn't really recommend doing that. It's probably gonna be. It's gonna hurt you more than do you good. Okay. Well, here's Mega Death again, so that answers that question. So that's unfortunate. 2 down. Yeah, that's really crummy. Oh well. So, I guess, keep yourself zombies as long as you can. Unfortunately, you're just gonna have to deal with her casting Kiraga on you. But yeah, I guess I should have pointed this out earlier. It's definitely a good time to blow your overdrives. Actually, yeah, that's the end of her. You know, so if you've got overdrives still from your Aeons, always a good idea to bring them in. You know, blow their overdrive, and then, you know, I guess just they'll probably die afterwards, but that's okay. They'll get in there. They'll get their licks in and take one for the team. But anyways, yeah, that's about it. I think the rest of this is basically dialogue, so I'll probably cut the commentary here. So like, comment, subscribe, whatever you guys want to do. Hope these guides are helpful, though, and hope you join me for more. All right, thanks for watching.
If I die, so does the final Aeon. And with it, Spira's only hope.
Then we'll find Spira a new hope.
Fool. There is no other way. Even if there was, even if you did destroy Sin, you, Yevon, the Immortal, would only create Sin anew.
You, Yevon?
Ah, Zeon. Forgive me. Spira has been robbed of the light of hope. All that remains is sorrow.
I cannot believe what we just did.
Let's do something more unbelievable.
What?
Destroy Sin, so it won't come back. And without the final Aeon. I don't know how just yet, but I'll find out.
We must talk.
What?
There's something you should know.
I know. It's about you, right?
I am also an unsent. You are not surprised.
I think... I kinda knew. It was Unalesca, wasn't it?
When Braska and Jecht died defeating Sin, I just couldn't accept it. I came back here, tried to avenge them. But she struck me down. Somehow I made my way, crawling down Mount Gagazet. But my strength left me, just outside Bavel. That's where Kamari found me. I told him about Yuna, just before I died. I've been wandering ever since, never going to the far plane.
Auron.
Don't make that face. Being dead has its advantages. I was able to ride Sin and go to your Xanarkand.
And... you've been watching over me since then, haven't you? Why? What's the big idea? Why me?
It is one of those things that is difficult to explain. Very well, I will show you. My memories.
Can I ask you one last favor? Nah, never mind.
Out with it.
Okay, listen good. Take care of my son. My son in Xanarkand. He's such a crybaby. He needs someone there to hold his hand, see? Take care of him, will you?
But how am I supposed to go to Xanarkand?
Hey, you said it yourself. There must be a way to get there, right? You'll find it.
All right. I will. I give you my word. I'll take care of your son. I'll guard him with my life.
Thanks, Auron. You were always such a stiff. But that's what I liked about you.